when we talk about a blended workflow, we kind of teased what that was before, but how does it actually work? So this slide visualizes the blended workflow we've been talking about, the step-by-step process that turns an inbound lead into a high intent qualified prospect without a human ever having to touch a cold lead again. So the first step is the AI intercepts. This happens instantly. The moment a lead comes in 24/7, and this is where you get your sub 60-second response time every time. So people are at lunch. It's a holiday. It doesn't really matter. It's going to get hit. Next, the AI's job is to enrich and score the lead. So it's going to potentially pull in publicly available data, can combine it with information the prospect gives. It's going to score against your predefined criteria, and then give some sort of score. Is this lead good enough to pass through or not? And this is critical, right? Because now we're not going to be wasting your team's time on leads that aren't a good fit. So we could push them to maybe do more research on the website. We could push them maybe to like a lower intent purchase before we actually get our very expensive salespeople involved. We want to optimize their time.
One question I have for you on step 2, because I get this question a lot with multiple folks. Do you enrich with any sort of intents, signals, and like anything like that?
You can, yeah, it's possible. You can.
Okay.
A lot of it is more than likely you're going to be using the data given from the prospect themselves to enrich and figure out whether or not they're a good fit. But things like play and stuff, it's all possible.
Gotcha. Okay.
And then you can ask 3-4 tailored questions. I mean, we see on average of six back and forths until we can figure out if somebody's qualified or not. Sometimes it's 2. And every business is different. Do you want to be more sympathetic? Do you want to be more empathetic? Do you want to be more to the point? Do you want to be informational? Every business is different. And that's why I think having a tailored agent is important, because it's not one size fits all. And the questions are designed to move the conversation forward, right? We're being very intelligent about it. We want to move things forward. We want people to book. We're not just trying to, gather data. We're not a research firm. We're here trying to make money.
Yeah. So what are the typical goals then that you set in place? So like, booking a meeting, what are the other goals that the agent could achieve?
So booking a meeting is a big one. Sometimes we speak with folks that have kind of maybe like a low ticket item, or maybe like an item that's easily, people come to the website, they know they want to buy it. So we could drive those consumers to a purchase as well.
Okay, makes sense.
From the first part, you could have the agent send a message internally, say, hey, this person needs to be followed up with, or it could go, like I mentioned before, it's a cleaner way to go through a round robin software, whether most CRMs do that. And then, like I said, it keeps it even. But so once a lead is qualified and meets the criteria, like we just talked about, all those high intent inquiries go right onto the calendars. So it's the perfect handoff. And if your agent is good, all of those notes and stuff should be in the CRM. So when your closer gets that meeting, they're going to know exactly what was spoken about. They're not only doing research about the industry, about the company, about the person. They have the research. There could be really good nuggets that was in that conversation, so that your salesperson is coming in and they're essentially ready to build a good, solid foundation with that prospect.
Makes sense.
And you're automating the repetitive stuff, and you're getting rid of the human element where sometimes people are not following up with things. And
so just to kind of just recap, so the agent will keep on following with the lead until that goal has been achieved?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Yes.
How many roughly follow-ups does it take? Like 2, 3? Like, is there any data on that you have?
Yeah, there is. Yeah. So the average is 5 to 6.
5 to 6.
Yeah.
That's quite a bit, actually, I would say, especially for inbound. I'm just thinking.
It is. But the reason why is because we want it to be conversational. Hey, how are you? That's a relay, right? Oh, tell me what you're looking for. That's a relay. And then, it's sales 101. You're not going to close till you learn about them. And I get we're not closing business with an AI, agent. We're just closing a meeting, but still, you're more than likely to get somebody to book a meeting when they feel like they're listened to and they feel like they've actually had a human interaction.
Makes sense.
Yep.